Thank you, Dr. Durga. Time for us to take a few questions. We still have 5 more minutes before we would have to wrap up the session. So beginning with the last question from last time, I'm not sure if Major Abhishek is with us today here, but he wanted to know more about Salami publications. So Dr. Durga, would you like to take that question for him?
Right. With respect to Salami publications, if you can just give me a minute, I would just like to share an image as well, just within a minute, so that it can be clear as to what is meant by Salami publications. So shall I just start sharing my screen?
Yes, I think you have the host rights.
Yeah. Yeah. So can everybody see this image? Can you see this image, Dr. Latika?
Yes, I can.
Yes. So what happens is you have a manuscript like this. Let's say it's composed of 7 different parts. By salami slicing it means that if you're able to actually logically fit this manuscript into one single manuscript, but you instead choose to make it into 7 different manuscripts, that is what is called as salami slicing. There may be certain situations in which salami slicing is acceptable, or it's not called as salami slicing, in the sense that, for example, if you have a study, say, on rheumatoid arthritis, you have looked at a cohort of patients with rheumatoid arthritis and you have looked at their radiographic outcomes over a period of 5 years. And at the same time, you have also looked at some biochemical parameters that assess cardiovascular risk. And you are looking at cardiovascular risk in this same cohort over the coming 5 years. These are two different aspects. One is radiographic progression, other is cardiovascular risk. And you could very well present this as two separate distinct manuscripts. But let's say if you're looking at radiographic progression in a cohort of patients with rheumatoid arthritis, and in that cohort, you have done a series of cytokines at baseline and you're looking at the prediction of radiographic progression. You're looking at prediction of radiographic progression with clinical features, and you make this into two separate manuscripts. It doesn't really make much sense because they're essentially looking at the same aspect, but through you are trying to split it into two papers so that it becomes more number of publications when it could easily be fit into one. So this is what is called as salami slicing, and this is discouraged even by the International Committee of Medical Journal editors. Particularly young authors may be susceptible to this because they have this temptation of increasing the number of publications, but this should be discouraged.
Thank you for the excellent explanation. I hope it has been clarified now. The next question, which we have, is from Dr. Anand Rao on how to use bibliography software. So I'm not sure we're covering that in any of the sessions, though it is software specific, and it indeed depends on what software is used. Dr. Goel, would you like to take this question?
So there are several reference manager softwares which are available, and you could use any one of the free softwares which are available, such as Mendeley and Refman or Zotero. But one of the best softwares which is available is paid and is
Right, I think we've lost Dr. Goel's audio. So the next question was, can we use words used in title as keywords again, or is it preferable to use different words? So yeah, Dr. Goel is back. I think we lost connection for a while. Would you like to resume?
Yeah, so I was just trying to conclude in that one last sentence that if you were trying to stay in the business of academics, and if you intend to continue publishing in the academic world, then a wise investment would be $100 in buying EndNote and using it as a software for managing your references and bibliography in your future publications if you're not doing that already.
Thank you. And the next question, I request Dr. Durga to take it on keywords and title and if they can be the same.
Yes, another approach that is often used in keywords is because keywords are essentially used to search your article. Many a times authors would prefer to use those keywords which are not a part of the title or the abstract but are related to the topic. So that's another way of selling your article, your abstract to a wider audience. So that's perfectly valid to use different keywords other than those that are used in the title or the abstract. But at the same time, many journal editors would ask you to limit your keywords to mesh terms, in which case, obviously, you would be limited in your options of using different mesh terms for denoting what is the content of your abstract, different from what is the words used in the abstract or the title.
Right, thank you so much. So we've hit 8 now, and we would be wrapping up for today, but we'll probably see you again next Tuesday, and it would be a workshop. So a sample manuscript was circulated and will be sent once more. And I request all of you to go over it once. And further instructions on dividing yourself into 4 groups will be sent over email. Thank you and good night.